Hi there, it's Roseann, and I am a certified personal trainer, yoga therapist, Pilates practitioner. Today, I have the pleasure of taking you through a stability and stretch workout. So you'll need a few props before we begin. First one you'll need is a yoga block, and if you don't have a yoga block, a book, hardbound book that's about at least 3 inches off the ground. You may need a small hand towel once we land on the floor to place under your head. Also a blanket. It doesn't have to be a yoga blanket, but a blanket or a beach towel, something to put on your mat. And lastly, you may need, this is a Pilates box, but you'll need a chair, a hardback chair that perhaps you may require as we work into the balance, something that can assist you in case you are losing your balance. So that's how we'll start. Of course, I have a yoga mat on the floor. If you don't have one, that's fine. You can go on, just be on the carpet or a hardwood floor. Carpeting is going to make it more challenging, needless to say. Okay, let's begin. So to start out, we're going to look down at our feet. Super important we find our base of support at our feet. So go ahead, take a look down at your feet. Notice if you're pointing your toes out or in, or if you're standing really wide or really close. And I'd let you just be hip distance apart, hip sockets to knees to middle toes, or to ankles to middle toes. Now that you've got that position, you can place your hands on your hands, that's fine, or put them at your side. But look down at your toes and pick up all 10 toes. Literally pick them off the ground as best as possible and then place them down. I'd like you to do that 3 times. Now, you don't have to look at your toes anymore unless you prefer to. Sometimes looking helps send signals to our brain that we want to create an action. So you'll take an inhale, lift those 10 toes up, and exhale, lower them down. From here, you're going to lift up all 10 toes and place your big toe down on the ground, and then the other 8 toes. We'll do this a few times. Again, all 10 toes up, big toe, all the way down. The reason we're doing this, and continue on as I talk, the reason we're doing this is our toes are like antennas, and they send signals to our brain about what's going on the ground. So we want to feel the ball of the big toe all the way and spreading our toes out to the little toe mound. How about one more of those? Toes up, all 10. You can feel the weight in your heels. Big toe down, all the way down to the little. Now we're going to reverse that. You're going to lift your toes up as best as you can, and this is a practice. Little toes down first. Keep that big toe lifted, and then place it down. Notice that as you lift all 10 toes, the weight shifts back. You're going to go to that little toe, keeping the big toe lifted, and you'll feel some movement in your hips and your ankles, and that's good because, again, we're sending signals up the body. All 10 toes up. Get that little toe down first. Trying to keep the big toe lifted for a few seconds and place it down. And 2 more of those. All toes up, little toe all the way down to your big toe. Hold up for a second and down. Last time. Up. So maybe spread the toes wide. Get that little toe down first and then all the way down. Okay, so now we've established our base of support. We'll work our way up from here. I want you to go take 2 fingers and pull your chin in. So here's our anchor, and then the crown of the head is tall. You're going to take your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Your head weighs anywhere between 6 to 10 pounds, depending on who you are. Your brain weighing about 4 to 6 pounds. Isn't that amazing? So when the head is forward, it shifts all our weight forward. So we're going to focus on retracting and lifting the crown of the head up to the sky. Okay, just feel that stretch in your neck and feel your tailbone dropping down. Now this is going to be really important in a lot of our exercises, so let's just stand here for a few seconds. Feel all 10 toes, the big toe, little toe, inner heel, outer heel, tailbone, and the head lifting up, the chin retracted in. Every time we bring our head an inch forward, that creates at least 10 pounds of pressure on our back. So I want you to really focus on this nice long spine. Now let's get a little bit mobility here. We're going to bring our elbows forward, take a big breath in, and eyes toward your toes, exhale all your air. Feel that stretch in your neck, relax your shoulders. Check with your toes. Now push your head back into your hands, retracting the chin. Elbows to the sky, weight in your heels and toes, and open up those arms and the chest. Take a breath out. Inhale here, and then we're going to do everything about 3 to 5 times. Here, we're just going to tuck the chin toward the chest, elbows gently pointing down, shoulders relaxed. You're not pulling, you're letting the weight of your hands do the work on the back of your head. And now push your head back into your hands. Lengthen out your spine and open up those elbows. You can even lift the corners of your mouth because this should feel really good. Feel your shoulder blades pulling together. And then one more time. Elbows in, eyes toward the toes, shoulders relaxed. Take a big breath in. Feel the back of your neck releasing. And then as you exhale, push back into your hands. Open up those elbows and lift the chest, eyes to the sky, elbows open wide, head supported. You're getting a nice big chest stretch. Bring your head back. Hands down. So when we keep our head in, you're going to notice some other things going on. So I want to stretch your neck muscles out. Again, this is very important for good balance, good posture. So the chin is in. You're going to take your ear to your shoulder. Remember, your chin is in. And you're going to feel that other ear lifting up to the sky. Now, if you're with that ear lifting to the sky, reach your hand out, take your palm up, and stretch up from the pinky finger all the way down to your heel. Feel that stretch. And then bring back down. Let's do the other side. Drop your ear first. And then reach your hand up. And once again, we're finding that line from the pinky finger all the way down to the heel, a little bit of a side bend. Let the head be heavy. And come back in. Now that we found left and right, one side will always be tighter. So let's go that first side. Drop the ear. The hand's going to go up, palm facing up, and then push down. Emphasize that leg. Retract the chin. Inhale, palm up. Exhale, press it down. Just one more of these. Inhale up and exhale down. And feel that nice, gentle sensation of stretch. Bring the head up. Pull the chin in. Take a big breath in and let the head float to the other side. So keep your eyes forward. It's really easy to want to look down toward the floor, but just keep looking toward your digital device. And then palm reaches up, inhale, and then press the hand down, exhale. Palm up, inhale. Feel that bone turning the socket, then turn it and press down. And one more time, chin in, palm up, breathe in. And exhale and pull down. Excellent. And now float the head up. Now from here, let's separate our shoulder blades. You're going to bring one hand in front of the other. Notice which hand's on top. Interlace the fingers. Push the fingertips toward me. Look toward your toes and shake your head no. Feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. Pull the belly in. Now the arms reach up first. The head reaches up. And then we're going to bend over to the first side. Take a big breath in. Exhale back to center. Inhale, relax the shoulders. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale back to center and float the arms down. Now let's repeat that. Other hand on top. And I'm going to show you from the side here. You're interlacing your fingers. You're pushing forward, tucking the chin to the chest. Look toward your feet. Bring your arms up first and see if you can't squeeze the biceps toward the ears and then bring the head up with you. Take a big breath in and you're going to bend to one side. Imagine you are between two pieces of glass. Now if you're bending to the right, press your left foot down more. If you're bending to the left, press your right foot down more. And come back to center. Inhale. And let's do the other side. Bend over. Feel the weight of the head, the arms. And again, if you're bending to the left, the right foot is down. If you're bending to the right, the left foot exaggerating, pressing down to the earth. And come back to center and release. Roll your shoulders out. So we're just lengthening the sides of our body. Now let's go ahead and you're going to bring your interlace fingers again and just keep the hands at the chest. And we're going to rotate our shoulders. Now I want your pelvis to be still and just feel the torso rotating left to right. Now it's not your arms that do the work. See where my hand is? I want your hands at your chest. Rotate. Use your breath. Pelvis is still, glutes are engaged. We're just helping to Get loose into the intercostals in our rotation, using those obliques, internal, external, as we side bend and rotate, and loosen our shoulders up a little bit. And then you can punch it out and reach and stretch. Bend one elbow, reach the other one, increasing the intensity of the release of the rotation muscles. Great. Come back to center and relax. Hands cross over, whatever hand is on top is fine. Put a little bend in your knees here. It's pretty important because now we're going to rotate the hips. So as you bend your right knee, your left hip goes back. As you bend the left knee, the right hip goes back. I am not moving my upper body, so I don't want that to wiggle. We're keeping the upper body still. So find your center, find that center line. Now rotate. If you have someone with you, maybe they can hold onto your shoulders to make sure that you do not move them. But if you're home alone, you've just got to really focus on pressing your arms, hands down into your shoulders, and feel the hips rotate. The knees bend, the ankles work, and now you're getting that rotation. So this is just a nice way to wake up our body, working from head to toe. And come back to center. Hands go on the knees, on the hips. So we're going to bend our knees, and we're going to do our big circles, these hula hoops, getting some movement into the ankle joint, the knee, and the hip joint and the hip sockets. I'm going to warm everything up nice and easy here before we go into our balance part of our class. Okay, just about 3 or 4. Feel that. Tipping the pelvis. I like to think of the forward side, back side, down like a diamond. Okay, find those 4 points. And then once you find the 4 points, then smooth it out. And that should feel really good. A nice way to put some movement, loosen up some synovial fluid in your joints. Okay, we're ready to begin with balance. Back to the feet. Okay, the first exercise we're going to do is ankle marches. You're going to bend your knees, knees over the toes, hips are stable, and we're going to alternate right and left. Now you're thinking, why is this balance? Well, I want you to feel that weight transfer from one foot to the other. And you're equally using both ankles, the quads, the hips are stable. And we're doing about 10 of these, so 5 more, 4 more. Lift the heels. 3, feel those toes. 2, and 1. Great. Now from here, we're going to go into an elevated heel squat. So you can go a little bit wider with your base. That's totally fine. Not too wide, though. And not too close, because that would be really tough. So find a comfortable stance, toes forward. We're going to do 5 reps of this. So you're going to bend the knees. Okay, you're really weighted in your feet. I'm going to show you from the side. I'm going to reach my arms forward. I'm going to lift my heels ever so slightly, and we're going to drop down. Now the first one, just test the water here. Okay, you're going to keep your heels lifted as you straighten your legs back and then drop down. Okay, let's do that again. If your hands aren't comfortable here, you can put them on your hips. You're going to bend your knees first. Okay, there shouldn't be any pain or discomfort here. This is just a functional movement. You're going to lift your heels just a little bit, a ½ inch. Now I want you to come down only to the point that you don't have pain, but you're feeling the work. Your knees are pointing forward, hands forward, eyes forward. I'm going to go down a little further. I'm testing the water. Now, straighten your legs out. Push the thigh bones back. Stay lifted on those heels and lower down. This is work. We've got 3 more. Take a breath in. Exhale. Shift the weight, knees over the toes. Hands can be out to the sides if you'd like. I'm going to lift my heels just an inch off the ground, and I'm going to come on down. And you can probably see I'm wobbling a little bit, and that's okay. Sending signals to the brain. Okay, how low can you go without discomfort? Now, you're going to come all the way up, straightening those knees back, pushing the knees back, stay lifted on the heels, and lower. You've got 2 more. Shift the knees forward. Remember, retract. Super important here. We don't want that head forward. It's going to throw you out, throw you off. I'm going to put my hands behind my head. I'm going to try it this way. Okay, we're going to lift the heels. This might help some of you more than reaching forward. Slide down an imaginary wall only until you're feeling you can sustain it. Hold it for a breath. And now press those thigh bones back and down. The good news is you've got 1 more. And I actually like my hands behind my head more You might feel better here, or you might want to go I Dream of Jeannie arms. I'm going to try that just for the heck of it. It's all about options. Bend the knees. Lift the heels. Take an inhale as you come on down. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Hold the breath, hold the move. Exhale up and down. Awesome. So that was elevated heel squats. The next one is called ankle complex. So now your feet are together. Okay, so we're going to stay here with our feet together. We're going to lift the heels as high as we can, squeezing everything together, knees, ankles, toes. Find your balance here. Come on down to that little bit of a squat. And then come up and down. So it's a little different, right? We're going to lift the bend the knees, lift the heels, up, up, up. Hold it just a little bit, okay? 3, 2, 1. Make this an explosive move. Squeeze and lift and drop. And again. You're going to bend, reach forward. You're going to lift those heels as high as you can. Find your balance. Whoa. Find your balance here. Squeeze the heels, squeeze the ankles. Explosive move up and down. We'll do 2 more of these. Squeeze everything. Think a sponge between your knees. Maybe put your towel between your knees. I'm going to try that just for the heck of it. See if that helps, okay? Shift. Lift up high, 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 high. I'm going to put my hands behind my head because I think I like that better. Lift, lift, lift. Onto the 10 toes. Hold it for a second. Come up nice and tall. Hold it, squeeze, and drop. 2 more times, everybody. Do an arm position that works for you. Really tight. Hold it. Lift the heels high, 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 high. You're on your tippy toes. Squeeze those ankles together. Come on, all the way up and down. I'm going to try something different. Towel between my ankles, just for the heck of it. You can try this. If you find that your ankles are rolling out, put something in there, okay? Lift the heels on the shooting side. Lift the heels high. Lift, lift, lift. Come up nice and tall. Find that balance point and drop. How about one more just for good luck? Bend. Lift high. Come all the way up tall. Whoops. And down. Excellent. Okay, so our feet are really warmed up here. Now we're going to go into a tri-planar ankle movement. We have 3 planes. We're going to go into the sagittal plane, front to back, then frontal plane, side to side, and then the transverse plane, side to side here. Okay, so here we go. Bend your knees. This is our sagittal plane. Toe points forward. Let me show you from the side. Toe points forward, okay? Arms reach back. You have an angle here. Now, what I'd like you to do is kind of lean your hands back, your head back, and float the toes up off the ground. Hold for a moment. Take an inhale. Straighten the standing leg and bring the hands down. 2 more times on the side. Bend. Slide your big toe out. Really find that connection. Toe to the floor. Fingertips to the sky, arms stretch up tall, shoulders relax. Now float that leg up. See if you can lean back more as you lift that leg higher, and then press into that standing leg and come down. 1 more time. I'll come from the front. Point the toe forward. So both knees are bent. Point the toe forward. Load up that standing heel and quad and glutes. Arms reach up. Float the toes up as you lean your head and arms reaching back. Take a deep breath in and exhale up. Whew, there you go. Aren't you glad you're only doing 3? Okay, other side. So once again, we shift. We find that strong base of our foot. Slide your left foot forward. Big toe is your connection. Arms reach back. Drop the shoulders. You can bend your elbows. That's fine. I'm going to keep them a little straighter. Okay? Now float that left leg up. Take a big breath in, straighten the standing leg, and come down. And again, let's try that. Okay? All 10 toes forward, bend the knees. Slide the foot forward. Oh, I'm on my left foot. There we go. Okay, reach up. Float, float, float that leg. Feel your instability. No pain, but if you feel instability, let yourself wave a little and then come back up. This side is my less stable side. So allow your body to feel that sway. It's okay. It's just trying to figure out how to balance you. Okay, that's the thing about balance. When we lose it, bend your knees, toes forward. We want to be able to catch our balance. That's why we're practicing. Float up. Feel anything that's unstable. Focus your attention in one place. Take a big breath. Lean back. Reach forward. Straighten that standing leg and come down. Okay, so that's your sagittal plane. Now we're going to go the frontal plane. I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to slide. If there was a line here, I'm sliding out, okay? So my right toes right on the floor. I'm going to reach my left arm, reach my right arm. Keep looking forward. Float that leg up. Allow that standing leg to do its little wiggle, wiggle. Breathe in. Straighten the standing leg and bring it back in. Nice. Let's do that 2 more times. Find your base. Slide your leg out. Reach in the diagonal. There's one long line. Take the other arm to help you to reach as you lift this leg up just a few inches, or maybe go a little higher. Depends how you're feeling here. Take a big breath in and come back up. Excellent work. One more time. I feel like I'm going to kick this. Bend your knees. Slide out. Reach out. Remember the head, and I remind you because it wants to come forward, doesn't it? It weighs a lot. It's hard to keep the head on the shoulders. Hold it, pull that chin in, lift, 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 breathe, 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 and come up. Excellent. Okay, the other side. You're going to shift into that nice strong stance. Slide your leg up. Check down to make sure you're in a long line. Pull the chin in and reach. So here's your start position. First time, test the water. Lift the leg. Focus on that standing leg, the glute, the foot, and come back. Like I really have to think about my glute. I have to think about my feet and toes spread wide, that big toe mound. And I want you to think of all those things. Okay, it's only for a few seconds here. We're sliding the leg out. We're reaching over, chin in, head long, neck long, float it up. Allow that leg to wiggle if it's going to. Reach, 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 and straighten the leg up and back. One more time. Bend, slide the leg out. I have to look down because this side wants to just shift a lot more than the other side. Stack up, reach, reach, reach. Come on up. Hold it for a breath. Hold it for 2. Keep reaching, and come up. Whew, you can feel that in your hips, can't you? It's going to help us with balance. Now we're going to go into that diagonal, the transverse plane, okay? So right leg is the one that's going to move. Left is stable. Hips, think about headlights. You're going to turn the hips and bend both knees. Now look down at this standing knee. It might go out, depends if you're tight in the hips. So you want to get that knee right over the toe. Okay, reach in the opposite direction. Right leg back, right arm forward. Find that reach, then take the left arm with it. Now start floating up the leg as you reach, reach, reach. You're going to swivel your hips and come back to standing. 2 more times here. Bend the knees, take that right leg back. Just rest on your toe this time. Straighten out this bottom knee. Take a look down if you need to. Find your reach, the diagonal. You're making an X, okay? Now float that leg up, straighten the leg out. Maybe go a little deeper in the hip hinge and come up. Yowza, one more time. Bend. Turn your hips. Find your resting point. Boy, I really got to look at this knee today. Some days are better than others. Reach, check that alignment. Feel your big toe. That's the guy that you got to work on. Okay, that's going to help you. Reach up that other big toe. Stretch it out. Take a breath. Take 2. They're free. And come back in. Well, one more side. 3 reps and we're done with this exercise. Okay, so we're going to bend to the knees. Find your base. Swivel the hips. Let the left foot rest. Check into that right knee. It's over the toes. Find the diagonal. So the first one, we're just testing the water here, okay? Notice if your knee wants to come out. Pull, big toe mount. That's the key. Chin in. Now float that leg up. Take a breath here. Big toe, chin in, and you de-rotate. It's so critical that you can feel your feet on this. Bend. Rotate. Anchor, get that big toe, pull the chin in. Now find your diagonal. Here's the other part of your X. Relax your shoulders. Hinge from the hips to get a little more weight forward as you reach back. Take a big breath in and exhale and derotate. How about that right hip? One more time. Bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, rotate. Stay there, find your stability. Take an inhale, stretch it forward. I'm just going to remind you to breathe. Got your big toe? Hold the chin in, float that leg up, hold it, but not your breath for 3, 2, and done. Excellent. Shake out your legs. Okay, so now we're going to go on to our balance part. Here's your block. Well, our second part of balance. That was balance. We're just going to intensify now with the block. Again, if you need a chair, please keep it handy. I'm not going to be using a chair, but here's the deal. If the block is under the right foot, okay, we're doing the right foot first. So your chair is right there. I don't want you to lean into the chair. Just know it's there should you need it. Okay. So once again, you're going to look at the block or the book. Spread your toes wide. Feel the big toe mound in the heel. If you have big feet, don't worry. Your mound and your heel will still, unless you're like size 15, and you might be, you're going to have to get a big book. Okay, let's just go ahead and press down and up. Do this a few times to feel the glute activate, the quad, the foot. My block is kind of soft. If you have a hard yoga block, it's better. Okay, now hold it up. And the left toe is a kickstand, okay? If you need your chair, it's there. And lift and lower that left foot. The toes, pull up, flex, point. 5, 4, all the way to the right leg. 3, 2, 1. If you need to take a break at any time, I'm going to try not to because of this video, I don't want to waste too much time. But if you need to take a break, just keep your foot on the block and reset yourself. Here's your reset. You stand on it, you find the big toe mound, and you lift your heel. That's your reset. Now, the right leg is straight. You're going to just pull that left hip up. Whoa, there's my big toe. There's your kickstand. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I guess I do need this, support here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Feel the hips, standing leg straight, and 1. Now, keep your foot flexed. We're going to turn this left thigh bone in. Knee points forward, turn in. 10, 9, 8, 7. Get that recruiting the right glute. 6, 5, 4. You're breathing. 3, 2, 1. Take a break if you need to. Otherwise, we go on. We're going to push the heel out. It's not a big move, and you want to be fluid so you don't throw yourself off. Get taller, chin in. Here's 4, 5, 6, feel your big toe. 7, chest up. 8, belly tight. 9, and 10. Take a mini break if needed, just for a second, then reestablish your right foot, the left foot, pull the toes up. Now from here, we're going to kick the left heels forward and then back. My toes stay up. I'm trying to keep myself from actually rotating. Turn that thigh bone in. And we're only going to do 10 of these, so if you get 5 good ones, that's great. You might have to work up to the 10. Here's 5, and 4, and 3. Are you smiling or grimacing? And 2, and 1. Take a break if you need to. Here's it. You're just taking the foot down, bringing the foot back up, pulling the toes up. Now, we're going to take those moves, turn the thigh bone in slightly, forward, side, back behind the block and around. There's 10 circles. Here's 2, and 3, and 4. Get nice and tall on that block. And 5, crown of the head to the sky. 6, 7, find a focus point. That's not moving. 8, 9, 10. Let's reverse it. Back, out and around. You got 10, 9. The heel is leading out. 8, 7, 6. I'm putting my hand on my hip just for a little balance. 5, whatever works for you. 4, maybe hands on your heart. 3, make that circle big. 2, and 1. Great, come on back. Okay, that was fun. Go to the other side so you can move your chair. I guess I did need my prop after all, and that's okay. There's no shame in that. I don't want you to fall over. So know that it's there if you need it. You're going to step your left foot on the block. Make sure the 10 toes are forward. We're just going to lift and lower. We're going to get that left glute to fire up, the left quad. We're going to make sure we can feel the big toe, the heel on the left side, lightly landing down, bend and straighten for 3, 2, and hold it up. Now the right toe becomes your kickstand. Your hips are even. Put your hands on your hips to make sure this is true. Then you're going to pull all 5 toes up and down. Use your breath here. Make it an exhale. Okay? Just feel the big toe on the left side and the big toe on the right side working to pull up. One's pulling up and one's pushing down. For 5, 4, nice strong point, 3, 2, now leave it up here, hold it up as best as you can. And we're going to turn this right thigh bone in and in, right from the hip socket, and breathe. Turning out is the easy part for most of us. It's that internal rotation. Give me 5 more, and 4, and 3, 2. I realize I missed something, so I'm going to come back. Okay, come back, stand up, pull your toes. I forgot this little hip lift. So keeping your left leg straight, you're going to lower and lift your right heel. That's probably why I forgot it, because it's hard. So hold on to your chair if you need to. I want you to really feel you're pulling your thigh bone up and pull up and pull up. Yeah, there was a reason why I forgot this one. Let's go for 5, 4, lift, belly working, 3, 2, and 1. Take a little break. Wow, that was interesting. You know, every day is a different day. Sometimes you'll find better balance on one side than the other. It doesn't matter what hand you're on. If you're left-handed, right-handed, go ahead and reset. Okay, your toes are up, thighs slightly turned in. We did our push outs, so let's do them again. Okay, let's do a few of these. Just establish that balance. Got it? Now, 10, 9, 8, 7, belly in, 6, nice and tall, 5, chin in, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Are you with me? Let's keep moving forward. Toes up, heel comes forward and back. Think of this as a pendulum. You're going to feel your hamstrings stretch a bit, and then the hip open up a bit. And inhale and exhale, or exhale, inhale. I don't care how you're doing it, just breathe during your movement. Feel the support of the big toe on the standing leg. 5, 4, 3. I'm telling you, if you smile, it's a little bit easier. 2, and 1. Okay, have a stand on the floor for a second. Let any burn dissipate. Come on back. On the big toe, crown of the head, toes up. We've got 2 more parts of this exercise, circling forward and back. Give me 10, forward, out, back, behind the block and around. 2, 3, nice and smooth. 4, 5, 6, 7. If you count with me, I know you're breathing. Okay, let's reverse it. Take a break if needed. Otherwise, we are reversing this, folks. Pull back behind the block and out and around. 10, 9, 8. Boy, that standing leg. 7. You're going to love the stretches. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work, and we are done with that series. So you don't need your block. You don't need your chair, so you can put it aside. You're going to now take your blankets and put it on the floor. Yes, this is the milk and cookie time. You worked really hard for this, so I like having a blanket on the floor for several reasons. The softness helps you to relax a bit more. Just feels good instead of a hard surface. And then if you need a little bit of a prop of your head, if your chin pops out a lot, the towel does not go behind your neck. It goes behind the base of your skull. So you can always add that. I'm just put a little tiny bit of lift here. Hands behind your thighs, tuck your chin, roll down. I'll give you some time to come on down. Okay, just kind of get comfy here a little bit. Wiggle, jiggle, get all the nervous energy out. And we're going to start with some wonderful movements called internal rotation windshield wipers. Knees in, feet apart, arms out wide. I like the fingernails to press down on the floor and pull those shoulders back. Chin retracted, eyes gazing over your knees. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, let the knees float to the right. Hold that. Take a nice big breath in and feel the left side of your body open up. Sigh it out with an H-ah sound. All the air out. Gather a fresh breath of air into your body. Now use your stomach muscles. Exhale, come back to center. The knees will kiss together. Pause. Feel the thigh bones sink into the hips. Inhale. And now exhale all the air, nice and slow. So by the time the knees drop, the breath is out. Just don't drop it. Let the leg float. Both legs float. Now pause here, and we're breathing into the right side of the body. So take a nice big breath in. Expand those ribs. Exhale all the air. Exaggerate the weight of that right knee, reaching toward the left toe. Another inhale prepares you to move. And exhale, come on back to center. We're going to add on because we're only doing that one more time. Inhale. Knees touch. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly let those knees drop out. There's no hurry in this because you want to let all the muscles relax. If you go quickly, some muscles are actually going to tighten up. And then stay here for a moment. You can turn your head the opposite direction of your knees. Tuck the chin, a little retraction. And now we're going to take the right foot and pick it up and place it over the left thigh. If that feels really tight for you or really heavy, the yoga block is a nice little prop here. So I'm going to cross over and put the yoga block under my thigh just to support the weight of that stretch because it might be a little intense. And then with a couple breaths, you might then move the yoga block away, and you'll find that you can go a little further. You open up the hip. You're going to feel stretch in the lower back. Now, you're going to take your left hand, my shoulders off the ground, anchor it down. Float that arm out, palm facing the ceiling as you reach the arm down. Now, if you're very tight in your pecs, shoulder, bend your elbow out to the side of it. I really like you to get the connection. Some of you might be really tight. No worries. Take your yoga block and bring the ground up to you, and that will help. But I'd like you to feel, just like we did with our feet, you feel the fingernails, especially the knuckles. Press the knuckles, the thumb, the index finger knuckle into the ground. It will actually exaggerate the stability in your shoulder and the stretch in your pecs. Now we've been here for a few breaths, so let's release the hand, slide the foot up, inhale. If you're doing this right, it actually should feel like a little bit of work to bring the knees back to center. Wow, that's great. That means we got into some tight tissue. Wiggle a little bit, reset yourself. If you need the block for the side, bring it over. Take an inhale. Remember, slowly you're floating the knees over to your left, and you take time. By the time the knees stop moving in space, all the air is out of your diaphragm, out of your belly. Excellent. So this block just happens to be my knee, and it kind of feels good to have that, something to press into. And we'll hang out here. Chin can go in, retract, and look to your right shoulder. Or maybe look to your left. Feel what works for you, really. It's all about this practice of being in touch with what's tight and breathing into it. Now we're going to add on from here. We're going to take that left foot up on an inhale. Exhale, place it on the thigh. Again, slide that block in for a second so you can get this nice landing spot. Feel the side body opening up, the hip releasing. And then maybe after one more breath, you can take that block away and it doesn't feel so awful, right? But you might need the block for your right shoulder and chest. So bring it over to the side. Reach the right arm up, stretch to the sky, and then drop the bone into the ground. And then take the arm out at an angle. So all 5 fingernails and knuckles are pressing into the ground. If this is not for you today, you can have your block, or you can bend your elbow. But I want to get both shoulders down as best as you can. And breathe into those sensations of stretch. The HS sound will tell your brain it's okay to let go. Now, to get out of this pose, it's just like we came in. The arm comes back first. You slowly slide the leg out. Take a big breath in, fill up the belly, and then empty the belly and come on back to center. Excellent. And just wiggle left and right a few times. Take your hands behind your head, lift your head and shoulders, stretch your neck out. Look at your knees. Make sure that you're evenly rocking side to side. And then let's walk the feet together and then the knees apart. Look at your belly, tuck your chin, and lower yourself down. Now, this is a great inner thigh stretch here, but here's how we're going to kind of get more space. Imagine you've got a sponge between your feet, the soles of your feet. Press that sponge together and contract the inner thigh muscles. Exhale all your air. Now, inhale. Release the sponge as if it's being filled up with water. 2 more of those. Exhale, squeeze all the water out of the sponge. You'll notice your back will go flat, your hips will roll, the hip bones toward the ribs. The inner thighs are tight, and then sigh it out. Let the pelvis rock, let the inner thighs open up, relax the toes. 1 more time, please. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze that sponge, squeeze the big toes all the way down to the little toes, inner heel, outer heel, back flat, tuck the chin. Now, release it. Inhale. And then exhale. Awesome. Hang out here for a few breaths. Feel that opening into the hips, the belly, the shoulders. And then slowly, I'm going to ask you to bring your knees together. You're going to hug one knee and then the other. Hands go onto the knees, and we're doing some pelvic clocks. Pull the knees toward your torso, that's 12 o'clock. Knees to the left, 3 o'clock. Knees away, 6 o'clock, and knees to the right, 9 o'clock. If you find that your knees like to separate, once again, I'm going to ask you to take your yoga block between your thighs so you can keep the alignment in your hips as you make these circles. Try to find each number of the clock. If you don't need your hands, you can use your core muscles, your abdominals, and your lower back to help you with this nice, smooth clock. Come back to 12 and release it. Hug the knees in, go to the right, go to 6 o'clock, find that tailbone. There's an arch in your back to the left and pull it in. Pelvic clocks. Nice and slow. You only need about three of these mindfully. Again, your hands can help you if you need to, but try to relax your shoulders. Excellent. And then remove the block. If you put it there, take 1 foot down, then the other. And let's slide one leg out straight and the other leg out straight. Push through your heels like you're standing. Reach your hands up and flex as if you're pushing the ceiling tiles away from you. Take an inhale as you stretch back, point the fingers down toward the floor, push the toes, pull the toes up to your knee and anchor your shoulders. If your arms don't touch, that's okay. Go out wider, but keep your arms as straight as possible. Now sweep the arms around. You're going to bring one knee into the chest, give it a hug. The other knee into the chest, give that a hug. Rock a little side to side. Releasing your lower back. Tuck your chin in. Take your hands behind your thighs. Lift your head and shoulders. Give it a squeeze. 1 more breath here, please. And then roll over to your side. Nice and slow. Rest for a moment because we've been lying down for a bit. You're going to take that top leg out and slide it out. You're going to take your top hand and push yourself up. Nice and slow. Take your time. So I'd like to do a little bit of stretching for your fingers. Sit upright with the knees bent and take your fingertips on the floor and roll back. Roll your shoulders back. Bend and straighten your arms to open up the front of the chest, the shoulders, the collarbone, spread it wide. Straighten your arms as much as you can. Get that stretch in all 10 finger pads to the joints, the heel, the hands. Take your knees to the right. Take them to the left. Do it again, keeping that and stretching your arms. Excellent. And then come back up to a sitting position. Bring your feet together if that works for you, or cross at your ankles, and you're going to hold on and lift your chest. Pull your chin in. Let's release the lower back. I'm going to show you from the side. You're going to exhale, pull the knees toward you as you tuck your chin, shake your head now. Now bend your elbows and sit up nice and tall. Do that again. Exhale, tuck. Shake your head. Inhale, lift your heart. And one more time. And lift. Now, if you find that your knees are really up here, you're super tight, that's okay. Grab your yoga block or sit on your chair for this next part. If you're on the yoga block, you're sitting here, okay? And watch how my knees just want to drop down. Otherwise, we're going to sit in the chair. I'm going to show you what that looks like with the chair, just because I think this might work for a lot of us who can't sit upright, because I'm going to do some rotational work. And it's super important. This is going to be the end of our practice, and it's super important that we end with a tall spine. So I don't want you sitting with a round back, okay? You're not going to get a lot of rotation. And this is where our biggest vertebrae are and the most rotation, right? So we want to sit up straight. Okay, you can cross your legs, get comfortable, and sit tall. Reach both arms up on an inhale. You're going to take your right hand behind your head, and your left hand will rest on the floor. Pull the elbow into the side and take a side bend here. So when I open up those intercostals, again, tuck the chin in. Come on back to center, both arms up. Relax the shoulders, left hand behind your head. Right hand on the floor, on your chair, but bend that elbow. I want the right shoulder to relax as the left elbow goes to the sky. Pull the chin in. Eyes are not looking down. They're looking right toward me. And feel the left hip anchoring. Breathe into that stretch. Excellent. Now we'll take our rotation. Both arms up. Inhale. Your right hand goes onto the left knee. You're going to take that left hand back. Turn so the palm faces out, thumb up. Don't turn your head yet. I want you to feel your thumb up, like someone's pulling you back. But the hand in front is pulling into the knee. Lift the chest. Chin in. Now look back at your left thumb. Take an inhale. Sit taller. Exhale, side out. Arm comes back up. We're going to take the left hand on the right knee. Reach the right arm up. Soften through the shoulder. Keep looking toward me as you reach back. You're going to turn the arm so the thumb is up. Get nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the chin in as you look back toward your right thumb. Like someone's pulling you. Inhale. Exhale. Get a little more twist. Inhale, back to center, both hands on each knee. Tuck the chin. Exhale all your air. Inhale up. We'll do two more with a little bit of fluidity here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, rotate to your left. Inhale, back to center. Reach the arms up. Exhale, rotate to your right. Inhale to center. So feel this. The hips, the pelvis turns, the chest turns, the shoulders turn, then the head turns. And you get the big twist. Arms up. Again, it's your hips turning, your ribs turning, your chest turning, your shoulders turning, and then your head is the last thing to turn. And you get the maximum turn. Both arms reach up on an inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the thighs. Tuck your chin and flex your spine and reach toward your feet. Release your lower back. Let your head hang heavy. Take a big breath in here, everybody. A long sigh out. Stack up your spine, reaching nice and tall. Bring your hands together to your heart space. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in this class of stability and stretch. I hope it was very helpful for you today. And if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to contact me at livefit.com. It's been my honor and privilege to serve you today. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Bye for now.